All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about slope-intercept form again. We're going to be writing equation in slope-intercept form. So you have to know this, y equals mx plus b. You got to know that m is your slope, and then how you find your slope is with the slope formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or the change in the y's over the change in the x's. Okay? If you can't do this, make sure you go back and review how to do slope, because this is really important for what we're doing. All right? Then you got to know that the b is your y-intercept, it's your beginning, and what we're going to be doing is a couple of different ways that you're going to be seeing this. So yeah, we're going to get into this. Find slope-intercept form given point and a slope. So here you're given a point and the slope. All right? Well, notice what you're not given. You're not given the y-intercept. So you're going to have to find the y-intercept and then put it into slope-intercept form. So you do know a few things here. You know, one, that you have your x, and you have your y, and then you have your m, you have your slope. So let's just plug it into slope-intercept form, right? Y equals mx plus b. You know that goes here, so 2, okay? And then I have an x and a y. If they give me a point and a slope, I can find the y-intercept. That's what we have to do here. So we're going to plug in these into the x and the y. So the y is 1 equals 2 times the 3 plus b. Now you're in an equation, solve for b. All right, 1 equals 6 plus b. Okay, subtract 6 from both sides. Now you get negative 5 equals b. Now you know your b. Now you get to plug it back into this. So y equals, you know your slope, 2, x plus negative 5, or you could write it like this, y equals 2x minus 5. Those two things are the same thing, and you're good. Remember, this is your y-intercept that you just found. So basically you took the knowledge that you had and found your y-intercept and then plugged it back into the slope-intercept form. That's all it is. Don't freak out whenever you see this, okay? You can do this. Same thing here, same type of problem. Y equals mx plus b. You know your y, you know your x, your y, and you know your m. So plug 4 in for the y equals negative 1 times negative 1 plus b. Y equals mx plus b. Find the b. All right, now solve. 4 equals negative 1 times negative 1. Get you 1 plus b. Solve for b. Get rid of everything. Isolate it. Minus 1 on both sides. Okay. Get you b left over here equals 3. Now plug it back into slope-intercept form. Y equals your slope, negative 1, x plus 3. So your slope is negative 1. You might also be able to write this, you could write this also like this. You'll see it written like this, either way. Okay, so be aware of that. If it's a multiple choice question, you're going to see this one. That's the one you're going to see. All right, so be aware, make sure you can do this. Guys, this is not that hard, just you have to understand what you have been given. And we've been given a point that has an x and a y in it, and the slope. You get to substitute these in for those x's and y's, and now you have that. Okay? All right, so now, that one you should be able to do. This one is the different way. Right, in slope-intercept form, given 2 points. So now you're given 2 points, so you're not even given your slope, and you're not given your y-intercept. So now you got to find those 2 things. Well, first thing you need to do is find your slope, right? We have an x here, a y, we have an x here, we have a y. All right, well, this is why I mentioned that you needed your slope formula. So we're going to take and put these into our slope formula. So m equals the change in the y's over the change in the x's. So you're going to put a y here and an x here, but it's got to be a part of an ordered pair. So this is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And just pick one ordered pair to be your x1 and y1, and one ordered pair to be your x2 and y2. And it doesn't matter which one it is, as long as once you place the y, the x goes right underneath it. And so that's how I work this. So I'm going to take this and put 3 here. So 3 goes right here. This is the y. The x that's attached to this goes right underneath it. So -2. Minus, this is a part of the formula. And then I take the y here, -3, and I take the x here, -1. Directly under here. The common mistake with this is to mix them up because you don't like the way that the subtraction is going to come out, or to put the x's over the y's. Don't do those things, right? The y's, the change in the y's over the change in the x's, and make sure that this is an ordered pair and this is an ordered pair, all right? You have to do that. Now, come in here, click, click, 3 plus 3 gets you 6, click, click there, -2 plus 1, subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number, -1, m equals, I'm going to float that to the top, okay? And -6 over 1 is -6. Now I have my slope, but also up here, I have ordered pairs. So I get to do what we just did and plug those into the slope-intercept form and solve for b. Okay, so now I have a slope and ordered pairs. I'm going to use this one, 3 equals, and I get to choose which set of ordered pairs I use, right? I get to choose either this one or I get to choose this one and plug this in. So 3 equals -6 times the x, that's with that 3, -2 plus b. All right, so 3 equals 12 plus b, subtract 12 from both sides, okay, and b equals -9. So now I have my slope, I have my y-intercept, I get to plug it back in, so I have y equals -6x minus 9, and here is slope-intercept form. That's what you're looking at there. Yeah, it's a lot of steps in here, but it's okay because these are steps that you can do. You've done this. You've solved equations. You've solved slope formula. Okay? Just got to take your time, work through it. So y equals -6x minus 9. You could also do plus -9. Same thing as far as I'm concerned, but this is what you're going to see if you solve a multiple choice question. All right? Same thing here. Use your slope formula. 4 minus, okay, I'm using this one, okay? 4 minus, the moment I use this 4, I place the 2 that's with it. I just placed it in there. Okay? 4 minus -4 minus -2. I'm going to come in here, click, 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 click. 4 plus 4 gets you 8. 2 plus 2 gets you 4. So m equals 8 over 4. And I'm going to put this right here just so you can see it. Reduce your fraction, okay, which is 2 over 1 or just 2. Okay. Now I'm going to take this, substitute it into my slope-intercept form using an ordered pair. And guys, make it easier on yourselves. If you've got one that doesn't have any negatives, use that. Don't make it hard on yourself. Okay. 4 equals, that's your y, right? Here's your x, here's your y, here's your x, here's your y. You can use either one of them that you want to. That's fine. 4 equals 2 times 2 plus b. Okay? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, so 4 equals 4 plus b. Subtract 4 out, subtract 4 out. Okay? You get 0 equals b. Now you can still put this in slope-intercept form. Okay? Y equals 2x plus 0. That's slope-intercept form, but here we're going to rewrite it one more time because any number plus 0 is that number. So y equals 2x. This is still in slope-intercept form. Okay? Some of you might recognize that and go, oh, that's a direct variation. Yes, it is. It's okay. It's proportional. It's fine. It's not a big deal. This is still slope-intercept form. All right. Got just a couple more, but it's going to be the same process. 3, 5, 5, 5. Put them into slope formula. So 5 minus, here's your x, here's your y, here's your x, here's your y. Okay. 5, and I'm going to use this one. 5 minus minus. Okay. That 5 there. This 3 here. 5 minus 5 gets me 0. 5 minus 3 gets me 2. Oh, look. 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So my m equals 0. That's okay. My slope can equal 0. That's fine. Let's substitute it in. Okay. No. Do that. Okay, so we can do this, okay, and it's fine. Now, we're going to go ahead and put in our numbers. So, let's use this one. 5 equals 0 times 5 plus b. Now look what happens here. 0 times 5 is 0. So 5 equals 0 plus b. b plus 0 is still just b. So 5 equals b. So here's what happens. We're going to substitute it again. Back into this. Same process, right? Y equals 0x plus 5. Well, 0 times x is 0. And 0 plus 5 gets you 5. So y equals 5. That's in slope-intercept form. Okay? This works. Okay? But this process is how I want you to see kind of, so you understand what's going on whenever you see this. Right? So y equals 5. Still had to solve for your b to make sure you knew what it was. Right? But it's there. Right? This is a 0 slope line. Remember that, 0 slope. So it's a horizontal line. All right, last one. 2, 4, 2, 6. Now, still got to find your slope, right? So 6 minus 4, 6 there, 2 here, minus 4 here, 2 there. 6 minus 4 gets you 2. 2 minus 2, 0. Oh, you can't do that. That's undefined. All right? So this is undefined. And you can't write an undefined line in slope-intercept form. All right? So this cannot be put into slope-intercept form. It can be written as an equation, okay, but it cannot be written as undefined. I believe it's x equals 2 when you write it like this. Now, this cannot be put into slope-intercept form. Watch this one. Okay? This one can. This is in slope-intercept form. This one can't. Okay? Know the difference between the two. This is a vertical line. This is a horizontal line. Okay? If you recognize those, you're going to be good. Writing slope-intercept form, given 2 points. That's this. You should be able to do this. You should know your slope formula. Once you have your slope formula, it's just solving for b and then putting it back into slope-intercept form. If you have any questions, anything, let me know.